Hi there, Tim from K-On. Today we're having a closer look at the rear storage range for the Prado 250. We have the cargo barrier, the rear shelf and the Molle panels. Now these are designed to work independently or work together so you can create a setup that suits you. Let's start with the light cargo barrier. Now this is a great divider for keeping your cargo where it needs to be and for stopping all that stuff flowing into the passenger area when you're going off-roading, going down that steep descent. Also great for keeping your furry friends in the back. Now, it's designed to be really easy to install and more importantly, really quick to uninstall. So just undo the thumb screws up the top there, pull out the headrests, and it's out in a couple of minutes. Now it's designed to attach to the top of the seats and it's adjustable as well. And what that does is that gives us more space in the cargo area. Next we have the rear roof shelf. Now this is one of our most popular items and for good reason. Helps you organise your rear cargo area, get that stuff off the floor and up into this unused space. Now it's rated for 10 kilograms and it's perfect for soft items and lightweight gear. In our experience, the way that these handles are attached to the vehicle means that you actually need extra support, especially when you're going on those rougher off-road trips. Now you have two options. We've got the smaller Molle supports, the small ones, or you can opt for the large full panels. Now with these ones here, we've also incorporated a cutout which allows you to use that space in behind the glass as a sort of a basket for sort of soft storage, or you can put the infill panel back in. Now the shelf and the Molles feature our signature Molle mesh, which allows you to attach pouches and so forth, but also allows you to attach our other accessories such as storage pods, electrical panels and lights. First thing we need to do is do a little bit of planning. Depending on the configuration and what you're installing, there's a bit of an order of operations to make sure you won't have to take things out to reinstall them. The other thing that you want to do now is install any accessories such as your pods or any electrical items like the console or sort of switch panels. Now, if you're not quite sure, there's a flow chart in the fitting instructions and you can refer to that. First thing we want to do is take the handles out. I'm going to climb in, but I'm going to learn from my past and take this box out first because it has a habit of just ejecting itself. Get these handles out, just a 10mm socket, and we'll just retain those, hold those in place, and do the other side too. There you go. If you're installing Molles or the shelf, you'll need to pop this little cover out for the bottom mount. So get a little pry tool or a screwdriver and just pop that out, and we got a screw in there, little M6, so again a 10mm socket, and I'll remove that. Let's have a bit of a chat about Molle mounting panels. With the shelf, you will get the small Molle panel or support with the shelf. Now this is the more discreet version and adds extra support to help those handle mounts. You actually mount stuff to these holes, and these are actually a Molle pattern, so you could put a little pouch on there or something like that. Now if you want some extra storage and extra options around mounting, we've got the full Molle panels that fill the entire window. With this, there's a decision to be made as with the infill as well, so we've decided to put a cutout infill, or if you don't want that, you can actually attach the infill panel. Now with the large Molles, there is a bit of assembly. We've got the lower mount that mounts to the bottom mount as well as the top mount, and make sure that you attach those in the correct orientation because they are handed. With the large Molles, you got 4 bits and pieces here. Infill panel, now best to put that in now if you're deciding to actually attach the infill panel. Now with the way the holes are spaced, we supply 8 bolts. So you could do all the 4 corners and the 4 in the middle, or you can do 6. So it's up to you how you want to attach those. We got these domed head bolts that sit there quite nice. We're not going to put this infill panel in. We're going to turn it into a basket, but we have to attach the bottom mount. Now with these, you want to have the dome head facing upwards. Domed head in from the bottom, not in the top. So this is actually black stainless steel hardware. It's not going to rust, and the black disappears nicely. We'll put the domed head on the top, and the nut on the inside. Once you've got all those bolts and nuts in place, tighten those up because it's much easier to do it now than when it's in the vehicle. Beautiful. Okay. This support here, the reason why we've got this support is the mounts up in the roof here, they're not as sort of substantial as they used to be on vehicles back in the day, and this gives us an attachment down to this mounting point here. This is the small one, and that acts as support with some mounting surface, and we've got the larger one that acts as a support but with much more options for mounting bits and pieces. We're installing these large mollies first, so just line it up to the mount on the bottom there, get your M6 bolt and washer, and just get that started. So yep, that's going in nicely, and just gonna nip that up so that it holds it in place while we get the other bits and pieces attached. Next thing we're going to do, install the shelf bracket. Now this shelf bracket actually has the mount for the cargo barrier as well. So if you're installing the cargo barrier, you just need to install this bracket. Now if you're only going to install the cargo barrier, you'll notice that it's got the mount to attach the cargo barrier, but nothing to attach the shelf. So if you are installing the shelf, put these brackets to one side, save them for later. We're going to install these brackets now, and we're going to put them over the top of the mollies. It's up to you whether you want to put the handles back over the top. I like to do it so I know I'm not going to lose them, but you could just put the bolts straight back over the top. And we're going to sandwich this bracket over the top of the molly and tighten this in place. Okay. I'm just going to clip these back on. If you're not going to use the handle, just take the bolts out and reuse the bolts and just bolt them straight in. Okay, on this passenger side, or left-hand side, we've opted for the basket, which I think would be quite useful. Let's get that bottom one in first. Get the right handle bracket with the cargo barrier mount facing forward, and sandwich it all together. Line up those holes. Tighten them up by hand so I don't over torque them. Just torque that one up down the bottom there. Top here, no need to go too crazy. That's nice and firm is good. Okay, we have the shelf here, and there's a little bit of assembly. We just have to install this rear fence. Get the orientation right. We want the sort of the smooth side to the front, and we've got little M5 bolts, flanged hex bolts, little stainless steel black ones. We've got little M5 nuts on the bottom. Just get those started, and then we'll tighten them all up. It's a little bit fiddly, but you only have to do this once. Time to install the shelf. Now generally it's easier with a bit of a help, but I've done this a couple of times. What I'm going to do is I'm going to install it on the most rearward and lowest setting. So grab your M6 bolts. Okay, I've got that nut in there. Just as a bit of insurance so it doesn't come off. And on this side, got that one. Okay. Now I'll tighten those up, and that's the shelf installed. Okay, time to install the cargo barrier. Now, very simple, the cargo barrier attaches to the seats with these headrest brackets, which attaches to the cargo barrier with these M10 bolts, which are through these holes. Now at the top of the cargo barrier, we've got the cargo barrier brackets, which attach using the M6 bolts there, and then attached to the brackets that are in the roof with these M10 thumb screws. So we'll get these headrest brackets on first, very easy. Lift out the headrest bracket, slide it on. We've got these plastic sleeves in here to stop any sort of noise. Okay. Got the cargo barrier and the M10 bolts that are attached to the headrest brackets on the bottom. This should hold in position. Won't tighten those up just yet. I'll get the brackets up the top on and then we'll do it from there. So we want to adjust the seats to a position that's comfortable and get them both at the same position too. Or else your barrier will be a little bit crooked. Grab your M6 bolt, it goes through this little slot in the cargo barrier. And I'll just attach, this actually goes up the top here actually. Just slot it into the top there and get this one started. Okay. Got the M10 knob up here, and I'm just gonna line up the barrier where it's sort of vertical. It's adjustable, you've got a few adjustments there, so I'll just get this one in first. And you can already feel that the barrier's in place. We'll adjust it all later, but I'll get the other side on. You know, it's a lot easier doing it from this side. Okay, got the M6 in, that was easy. So I'll get the knob in. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that the barrier is vertical, and then we want to adjust this bracket so it's level, and then we'll tighten everything up. Pretty good. I'll just check that the barrier is vertical. I'm happy with that. I'll tighten it up. That one's tightened. Tighten this one up, and then I'll tighten up the knobs at the top here. Okay. All in. We've finished installing the rear storage range. We've got the shelf, the mollies, and the cargo barrier installed. For more information, check out the website kaon.com.au.